The implementation of the 6 C's is something that's embedded in your training and in part of your career, and I think just voicing it now just brings it back to the attention of nurses to remind them of what their actual duty is.
I have the duty of care to my patients, and I always try to do my best, to my best of my knowledge, to try to achieve a gold standard care, and without care I wouldn't be a nurse.
For me, compassion is about being able to put yourself in the person's shoes and have empathy and understanding about how you would feel if you were in their place.
Competency is having the skills, having the knowledge, having the know-how, and being able to apply those in practice.
Communication is an essential part of practice. We have to be very skilled communicators with our patients, with our colleagues, and with the public.
Courage for me is very much, in relation to patients, is very much linked to being an advocate for patients. Always remembering who they are and what they need, and being a mouthpiece for them when they're not able to do it.
Commitment isn't about just turning up on a Monday, finishing at 5 o'clock on a Friday. It's about giving 100%. And it's about ensuring that what you're giving is what you would want to receive back as well, so that the level of care that we're giving is exactly the same as what we would want, and it's being dedicated.
I think the 6 C's are going to be a massive success. Even if you look at the last year, everybody talks about it now. I think it's a really important tool that us as nurses and student nurses can use to say, I should be doing all these 6 C's. If I can't achieve competence or compassion, why can't I do that? And it allows us to put things in place to achieve everything.
It can be very emotional working with people with learning disabilities and with the families, because the families are doing an absolute fabulous job caring for their loved ones, and obviously in very stressful circumstances. Often the person with a learning disability is quite happy, they're very well cared for, and it's the families that have the stress. A gentleman with learning disabilities who had a terminal illness, he'd been diagnosed with stomach cancer, lived with his mum and a brother who also had learning disabilities. Mum was an elderly lady, 82 years old. Eventually, Michael did have to be admitted to the hospice. Mum was going every day to see him, supported to go every day to see him. In the early hours of the morning, the hospice contacted both Mum and myself to say that the end wouldn't be long now. So I went and picked Mum up and the brother, took them to the hospice. Mum stayed with Michael to the end of his life. Then at the end of his life, we needed to help Bowden understand why Michael wouldn't be coming home to the bedroom that they'd shared for 50 years. So we took Bowden in to see Michael. It was a very, very moving story. I felt privileged to be part of it. But for me, what was important with Michael's story was you have to balance things, and me losing a few hours sleep that I could easily catch up on, compared to a mother being empowered to care for a son to the end of life and be with him. There's no comparison. I wouldn't swap it. It's an absolutely fabulous job. It's not a job, it's a vocation really.